name is Heather Hansen O'Neill, and I'm your guest host today on Community Forum. When I do a show, I focus on inspiration, contribution, and joyful living. Now, I have been spending some time on inspiration with my last several guests. Today, I really want to focus on contribution, and you're going to be very excited about my guest tonight. I want to be able to leave you with some strategies and some ideas on how you can contribute to the earth, to future generations, and perhaps save a little money along the way too. Now, I've actually known our guest for some time. She's a fantastic lady, but I want to make sure to read about her because she has some good stuff on here that I don't want to miss out on. Barb Donahue is a senior business professional whose career started in accounting and moved into finance. She began her career in general foods and corporate accounting, then public accounting, earning her CPA as an auditor for KPMG, and finally as a finance manager for Reed Exhibitions. The past 4 years have been spent educating herself in the many aspects of sustainability and becoming certified in home efficiency consulting and an accredited U.S. Green Building Council LEED AP with a specialty in homes. Now, LEED stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, and AP stands for Accredited Professional, so she knows what she's talking about. Barb is a graduate of Pace University and holds an MBA from Westcon. She's passionate about making the world a greener place, and her background provides the understanding of total cost and that green really does save you green. Barb Donahue, really nice to have you on tonight. Can you tell us how you got into this?
Several years ago, while I was working at Reed Exhibitions, I joined the green team at work. After joining the green team, I decided this is a career I really wanted to follow. I enjoyed the finance accounting aspect, but at that point in my life I decided I really wanted to do something more. I didn't know anything about this field, so there was a lot to learn, and in the past 4 years that's what I've been doing as well as working in the field.
Excellent. So you got to a point in your life where you decided, I want to give something back. I want to contribute.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit more about what a LEED professional does? I mean, some people are still a little bit confused, myself included.
LEED is the certification that the U.S. Green Building Council came up with to certify buildings. Whether it's a home, a school, a commercial building, a neighborhood, there are all different types of certifications. I specialized in LEED for homes. That's what I enjoy doing. If there's somebody that wants to build a new home or totally gut their home and have it become a really energy efficient, environmentally friendly home, they can get it certified by a LEED AP, which would be me, through the U.S. Green Building Council. I would help them with the entire process. I would work with the architect, the builder, the HVAC company, the plumbers, the electricians, everyone, to get everyone on board on what really a green building is, and walk them through as well as do all the paperwork for the certification.
That sounds like a big deal. So you're the one making sure that everybody's in alignment and that the certification is done up to the standards that it needs to be covered.
Absolutely.
Now, what's the benefit to a homeowner, for instance?
The benefit is that they will have a really comfortable home to live in, that the energy bills will probably be at least 25% less than your average home that's built today to building codes, that the indoor environmental quality, the air that you breathe, will be much healthier for the individuals that live in the house. They also have found that LEED certified homes sell much quicker. The average home is on the market now for 6 months in Connecticut. The average LEED home sells within weeks, is what they...
Really?
That there's definitely is a market for this type of home, that it does sell much faster.
That's fantastic. Now, are they still doing grants and things for this, or not really?
Yes, actually last week, Northeast Utilities had a 3-hour educational session that myself and my partner went up to in Berlin, Connecticut. It was fantastic. They had a panel of 4 people, a Energy Star certified person, a Passive House, which these are all different types of certification, as well as somebody that did LEED. And instead of picking one certification, the state of Connecticut decided to combine LEED, Energy Star, Passive House, take the best of all the 3 different certifications, and came up with grants that are available for homeowners that go through this process. And it's a matter of actually testing the home. They'll do a test to see how much energy the home is actually using, and then the money that's available is based on the testing that's done by the utilities.
Okay, help me with that a little bit more. So you go in, you help them with this. You go in,
yes,
and you do a test in the beginning, and then they find out how much the grant is for, depending on how inefficient it is now and how efficient you can make it. Is that how it works, or not really?
Not really. It's more based on how efficient the home will become, and the testing is done as the home progresses.
Okay.
That you definitely put in, and you need a HERS rater, home energy rater, to do the testing. I wouldn't actually do the testing. That's somebody that goes around with a blower door and other pieces of equipment that I don't have. I'm more on the written side and the consulting side, not the testing.
Okay, but you can help guide someone. Is there
Yes.
A website or anything that they can go to? What's your website?
My website's 3X Solution, which stands for 3X stands for triple bottom line. In the corporate world, most people refer to that as people, planet, and profit. On the home side, comfort, quality, and cost.
I love that. I've known you for how long now? I did not have any idea about that. That's great. I didn't know where that came from. So 3X Solution, they can get some information on how to get started. Do you also have some resources on there, some tips or anything like that?
We don't have tips on the website, but the state of Connecticut, and as well as the EPA and Energy Star, has a lot of information on what homeowners can do to really get started. If you Google it, there's a lot of information out there.
Excellent.
The business I'm in, we sort of take it to the next level of really making sure it's an energy efficient home from the ground up. LEED deals with the inside of the house, the air quality, as well as everything you do outside, your landscaping, minimizing the amount of grass so that you don't use fertilizers or water. Water's one of the steps that you look into, whether it's inside or outside the house.
I think that happens a lot where people, I know that I need to talk to you because I think I really waste too much water. I mean, does that happen a lot with homes? There's so much that you can do to reuse certain resources with the water?
Right, or just to minimize. One of the programs that the state of Connecticut has is the Home Energy Solution Program, and it's a very good program. For $75, they will send somebody to your house. They'll go through, they'll do a blower door test, which is a pretty expensive test to be done.
Wow.
To test the air leakage in your home.
And this is a service that the government is doing now.
The state of Connecticut does.
That's great. Now this is all pretty new, right? Like
within the last few years, when I started, when I left the last company, the very first week I went to Building Energy 08 up in Boston, and I was very surprised that as I took these 3 days, all these courses, which were way over my head 4 years ago, that they mentioned, obviously, Massachusetts, where it was taking place, Rhode Island, and New York. And I kept thinking to myself, Connecticut's in there.
Yeah.
There was no mention of Connecticut at all. But Connecticut is definitely progressed a lot in the last 4 years. Massachusetts is still ahead of us, as well as New York, Rhode Island maybe too, because they've been at it for more years than we have. So we're learning from them about the different programs that are out there, but it's you know, it's interesting, and Connecticut's coming along. They definitely are putting incentives out there for homeowners to do things.
That's good. It must be really feel good from your standpoint of being on the cutting edge of it and then bringing it into Connecticut, being part of that process. That must feel pretty good.
I wouldn't take credit for bringing it into
but like being
Connecticut.
a part of it.
But
you know?
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I really
You're doing
enjoy
something that you're passionate about that gives back. I love that.
Yes. One of the things that happened this morning was I got an email. There's a designer we've been working with that has been trying to get a sewing studio started in Bridgeport, Connecticut. She takes billboards that, when they're done, the fabrics from the billboards and the big yes, big billboards, and recycles this fabric and makes it into handbags.
That's so cool.
And they're beautiful handbags. She actually has been in business for about 6 years, and she was in a lot of stores and really having trouble with manufacturing, making sure that she could get the process completed to get the bags to these different, I think she was in about 80 stores.
Wow.
So she decided, she approached my partner Phyllis about getting some help to start an actual sewing studio in Bridgeport. Wow. And it's what we're trying to get done is a for-profit social enterprise where they can hire women, they can teach them English as a second language, they can pay them a fair wage and benefits.
Wow.
And it just came across this morning that there's an opportunity for grant money for small businesses. And we just put it up on our website today. They're looking for people to cast their vote.
Oh, it's like a petition where this is something you think is a really cool thing to do?
250 votes to even be considered.
Oh, wow.
So
I have to sign up. And that's on your website at 3xsolution.com?
Yes. Green Gifts to Give is Day's website.
That's
so
fantastic.
GG2G. And so we're really hoping that we can help her get this business moving forward and actually get manufacturing, not only made in the USA, but made in Connecticut, which would be
and what a great service,
really
too,
nice.
to be able to provide to more jobs and more training for people that would, bringing more business, more profitability for the, but overall, but it's really giving back. It's giving back to the community. It's giving back to the earth because it's a sustainable product. I love it.
Right. It is. And they've already talked to businesses, clothing companies that are interested in made in the USA lines. So there's also the opportunity once this business gets up and going, not just the handbags, but clothing, to have it as a contract sewing studio. And
I love it. That's
so
great.
Hopefully,
now I know that this Made in the USA thing, that you are on this crusade to find it. It's hard, isn't it? Unfortunately, is it hard to find? Like if you say, like Barb has decided that she's going to only buy Made in the USA products, but you had some trouble, didn't you?
Oh, absolutely. I can't believe how many times I turn the label and I go, oh, no, not made in the USA,
no,
not
so
made
cute,
in the USA.
But I have to put it back.
Yes. So